So today, this is our third year. We have every ninth grader from the entire parish. We've got 4 or 5 different stations that each group is going to go through, and we chose the age of ninth grade. I wanted a group of kids that were still young enough that they would listen to us, but they're at a point in their life where they're making decisions that will affect them literally for the rest of their life. And so we chose the age of about 14 or 15 years old. 2 of the new things that I'm really excited about is we've got a patrol car and then another vehicle that simulates a traffic stop. At some point in everybody's life, they're going to be pulled over by law enforcement for speeding or running a stop sign, or be involved in a wreck. And I want to be able to teach the children what to do and what's going to be expected of you and what's expected of us as law enforcement, and what you can expect us to do and how we're going to act and how we're going to react to certain things that you may or may not do. And I think that's going to be extremely important, because at this point they've never been pulled over. They're going to be getting their driver's license next year, and I really think this is going to hit home with them, and they'll hopefully remember this forever. Another thing that we've got that's new this year is it's basically cell phone safety. Almost every high school student has a cell phone today. It serves a lot of good purposes, but it can also create a lot of problems. And I want the students to really understand the dangers that can be involved with social media, the internet, taking pictures, text messages and emails that they send to other people. One thing that we see almost every day is that the kids think when they push erase, they push delete, they think it's gone forever. And it's just not true. If you put it on the internet, it's there forever. And when you send messages to your friend, be very, very careful about what you're sending, because everything may be going great with a relationship today, but when the boyfriend and girlfriend break up in a month or in 2 months, and one of them gets mad at the other, they still have all those messages or all those photos they sent to each other, and they use them against each other. And that's one thing that we're really harping on, is to know the dangers of it and the seriousness of it, both for if you're a victim or if you're the person that's doing the things that you shouldn't do with it. So we're teaching both sides of it. We've got our gun safety trailer. There's about 10 or 12 different handguns. They all look just like they're real. Half of them are fake and half of them are real. And then at the end of the demonstration, they shoot a watermelon, and the watermelon explodes. And the point of that is, Grant Parish is a very rural parish, and a lot of recreation activities here. It's hunting that include firearms. Many people have guns for self-defense at home. And I want to teach the kids that once you pull that trigger, that bullet's not coming back. You can't bring that bullet back. And then when it hits that watermelon and it explodes, it really shows the severity of it and the power of a gun. We have a group of agents from the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission that are here that are teaching the kids about the dangers of bad decision making if you decide to drink alcohol and get behind the wheel. And it's a true story. And I'll tell you what, this video that they've got, it was made right here in Louisiana, and it's about some students that made a terrible decision and another kid lost their life. Every class that comes out of there, there's not a dry eye. I mean, it's that emotional. I was just talking to a kid that came out of there. And they said, "Man, that was intense, Sheriff. That was intense." The first time I saw it, I mean, it really gets your attention, and it's emotional, and it shows, everybody's having a good time on a Friday night or Saturday night, and somebody makes one bad decision, gets behind the wheel of a car, and the next thing you know, somebody's dead. Now you've got a family that's preparing for a funeral, a family that's torn apart, and because of the loss of a loved one. And you've got another family that the kid's been arrested and has to go through and it shows going through the whole judicial system and the process that's involved of the arrest, and then getting an attorney and going through the trial, and then being convicted and ultimately being sentenced for the crime that was committed. And it was all because of a bad decision that somebody made while a group of kids was having what they thought was a good time. We've got a group that's focusing on cyberbullying. That cyberbullying has really become a problem in the last 2 or 3 years, not just here, but across the nation, because the internet is so accessible, and everybody today has one of these, and almost everybody has access to the internet, and it's easy to send these emails or to get on these certain sites, and you see things that you don't like, that you get upset about, and these kids are acting based upon their emotions, and they're making decisions that we can't unring the bell. We can't go back and take away the bad decision that they may have made. And so what we want to do, and it's the theme about all the different topics that we're doing, is to give them the information and to educate them about the dangers, but also the realities, about making good decisions and things that they're going to be exposed to. You know, it's easy to make the right decision when your family member or a teacher is standing over your shoulder. But the peer pressure and the tough decision making comes when nobody's looking, or none of the family members or the teachers aren't looking. You know, maybe I can do this and get away with it. And if we can prevent something, I think it's worth every bit of our time and effort with these students, because they truly are the future of our community. We've got a mother that lost a child a couple of years ago, and he had been drinking and was arguing and fighting with his girlfriend while they were driving down the road. They had a wreck, and the boy he died because of it. And she's got a tremendous story that really gets the children's attention. And I wanted people that were from our community, that the students would say, hey, I remember him, or I recognize your last name, or I've seen you at the store. So it's not strangers that are actors that are coming to try to teach the kids. These are people that live right here in our community, that these terrible things, it's happened here. It's happened to them. And we've got a pastor who made some bad decisions early in his life, and he went through the judicial system and did time in jail, and he got out and turned his life around. And you know, he was living the high life. He was making a lot of money. He was selling drugs, and it all caught up with him. And then he lost everything when he went to prison. And while he was there, he discovered what he was really missing in life, and that was Jesus Christ. And he's turned his life completely around and spends time traveling around mentoring children, and he also has a church that he pastors right here in Grant Parish. So the theme of today is to try to educate the children about possibilities that are out there, and the realities that are out there, and also the consequences, and to try to prevent a tragedy from happening.